Hey, this is David with Richter Scale Studios. I decided I want to do a plinth for the display base. Have you seen this? All I've seen is the damage. Now it's sanded. I was originally trying to find a wooden plinth to put it with, and I went to a craft store. It was the only thing they had, and this one was gigantic. I just kind of swallowed it up. Let's see if you see that. Zoom it out a little bit. That's just dumb how gigantic it is. I might save this for another thing if I do like a squad or something like that in a contest in the future. It'll be perfect for that. What I wound up doing is going to the dollar store, buying a little 4x6 picture frame. You can see that. And I'm going to hit it with primer. I just hit it with a small dusting before I decided to do this video. And I put this on there. It was slightly too big. So I took this to the table sander, and I got it on there perfect now. Maybe a little more of adjustment might be needed, but I think that looks pretty good. Let's see if I take this off the stand and get down to it. And then I'm going to paint this as a dark brown and then blend it up into here. Then have that kind of that smooth, keep that smooth that I got right now. And I'll put some kind of putty in there to smooth it out. And I think that'll give it a really cool effect. Maybe go really, really dark onto the frame part. That's a dollar store frame. Looks awesome. Just going to paint it brown, airbrush it, and then we'll be done with this thing. And I'm going to make a little plaque out of some plastic card, chip it up, make some bolts on it, put it on there. I'll probably say Ork Battlewagon, Blood Axe Clan. I think that'll be it. So give me your comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Hey, we're back. This might be all jumbled around because I'm on the downstairs video camera. This is the laptop Logitech cam. I just glued the original display base onto the dollar store frame. It's a plinth now. I hit this with a cheap gray primer. I just did some Hobby Light filler on the cracks that I had to sand this down to make it fit a little bit better. Not perfect, but better. And I'm taking some Vallejo white service primer. I added some Badger brown paint and some Vallejo brown ink to it to tint it down so I can get a nice earthy base. Because I'm going to, if you probably don't remember, but the original base had a really nice muddy brown lip to it. So I'm going to carry that, fade it into a nice even brown on the bottom, but I want a good primer between the two. And this is turning out really nice. This is a good earthy neutral color. Make sure to get these corners. I don't have to plant too much, but if I get the plant, it's not bad. Yeah, you got you know, your narrative of your piece. You got a windy desert swept place. You know, everything's gonna have dust all over it. That's why I decided the skulls and stuff, I might hit them a little bit with a little of a highlight, but I like that kind of a dusty look they have. Ooh, shoot. Well, that might have been a bad thing to do. Let's see. So this would be a good base to start with, and start fading in. Oops, excuse me, guys. This camera kind of cattywampus set up. There. I'm gonna let that dry for a while and get a nice, you know, cure on it for a little bit. And I gotta still work on the crew. I am gonna be going to San Francisco. I'm gonna leave like 6 or 7 in the morning on Sunday. I have check-in time by noon, so with Memorial Day weekend traffic, I hopefully will make it in under 4 hours. So I'll be by 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to be too crazy about it. So I'm going to grab that phone call, and we'll be back in a bit and show you how this went. Thanks. Okay, we are back. I got that. I took a Minotaur Muddy Brown, sprayed it, and kind of just did a little bit of a fade into the terrain. I think I like how that turned out. Right now, I've got some Reaper polished bone. I want to just get those skulls to pop a little bit more, so I'm just putting them on a Citadel small dry brush. Probably one of my favorite dry brushes I ever used. There. It's a little bit of that. And I'm going to try to do a little kind of a experiment with the helmet. I want to get like a muted looking blue, like ultramarine. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it, people? I like how that skull looks like it's buried in the sand and or the side of the road. Let's get this skull on the back. Okay, now I'm going to try this. This might just be a lost cause, but I'm going to really just try to get a little bit of color in this guy. I took some of my, what I call ultramarine blue. It's like a royal blue and ultramarine blue mix. And I think that's going to work. I think that's working out. I just want to give it a tint. I still want it to look like it's covered. And I think that's the trick right there. I think that was a little thing. So basically what it was is I just put a skull down there, primed it. All of the paints that I put on the terrain itself went over the ultramarine. It's all airbrush paper, very thin. So it looks like it's clotted with dust. And I think what I did was, well, I know what I did. I took about 4 parts of the polished bone, and I mixed a little bit of that ultramarine mix. This is what the color looks like. And I really just did a light dry brush. And I think that just makes it pop right there. I'm going to get too carried away with this in a second. I think we're good. I think that just brings enough little interest to it. So that's going to be it for right now. I'm going to let this dry a little bit more, and then we're going to hit it with some more flat varnish, and then I got to build a little plaque for it. So I will see you in the next video, as usual. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Well, we are back again, and there it is. The paint's done. I did some kind of this fitting with this. I want to do a little just sign for the plaque. This was just done on some heavy paper stock and just on a Corel Draw, and just to get the idea of it. It's going to be a little bit bigger in reality. If you see in my other hand, this is a little blue tack thing, and it's not sticking on there right now anyway, so we'll see. That's just the idea of it. I'm going to use that, probably those letters, and then throw it on to this. This is 2 centimeters by 8 centimeters. And it is, I don't know if you can see the texture on this. I took a 1mm piece of plastic card, put some 16-inch bolts on it, made it look like it's just like, you know, someone took a cutting torch to it. And I'm going to paint it up and then somehow transfers. I don't know if I'm going to make transfers or put this on some clear paper and just do some gloss varnish. Put this on, gloss varnish it over, then hit it with the matte varnish after that. I was thinking about engraving it, but I'm not an engraver, and I'm just spend days doing this. I mean, I don't know, for this competition, I don't know if I even qualify in it, but I'm going to try. And then I think I'm really proud of how the base turned out. That's a dollar store 4x6 frame, pink foam, and some dollar store foam core that was stripped, and then this hit with some goop and painted. And I faded it up, if you saw in one of the last parts. And I think that turned pretty nice. I had to actually sand down the original base because it was a little bit too big for this. Probably about a 1/4 inch. So I took 1/8 of an inch off each side. So I think that's going to work out. So I'm going to get this painted up, and we'll be back and show that to you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're back. I just starting to paint the plaque. Did a Vallejo black surface primer on it. Then we hit it with some Minotaur charred stone. Right now I'm just going to do some base gray on it. Just going to do a couple layers on it. I'm switching from the Patriot 105, which I did the primer and the base coat with, to the Renegade Velocity by Badger. And I just want to get some just some highlights on the edge. I'm going to do very light coat. And also the clear lettering, I want a lighter color behind it. So I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to make it start on the outside and get it lighter and lighter in the middle. And maybe do a little dry brushing on the bolt heads. So far, so good. I'm not just, these letters are a little too big for this. As you can see, I'm going to get a little bit lighter. I want to get like a white where all the letters are going to be. So I'm going to go in with a lighter color even after this. And we'll wash the bolts and then highlight those also. So I'm going to blow this out. And then when I get done with this, I'll come back and show it to you. I'll drag this out and preview my airbrush shot. See you in a few. Hey, we're back real quick. It is basically done. I'm still going to hit it with a matte varnish downstairs and just kind of blend it all together. So it's got a 5-minute epoxy on it. And what I did was took the plastic card, I black primer from Vallejo, and then I took 4 different colors from the Minotaur line and just got it down to a I believe it's a skull white, and then kind of used one of the, I cut a couple of these out, these Battlewagon, and just cut one out and kind of went around it, then put the other one in. I had to go back a little bit. It was a little, some of it kind of didn't come off right, and I got a little bit of paint on the edge, but it's not that bad. I might dust it again to knock it back a little bit, but I think I like it the way it is. It looks kind of cool. I was trying to get one made from a professional like trophy company, like a brass one, and they were like a week out on trying to get those turned around. So I think this one's even better. We got the little bolts on it, did the wash. I might use some more highlighting on the bolts. I just did enough, not too much. So that's it for right now. I think this will be the end of the Plinth, and then I got to finish the Battlewagon. So the crew's still waiting to get highlighted and finished up, and then this can be ready for San Francisco at KupplaCon. Thanks for doing this.